What's up guys, King of the Slabs here, and episode 3 of our tips and tricks for Borderlands 2 Game of the Year Edition is all about your shield. As you can see, you have a health bar which is on the lower left hand corner. It's on the lower left hand corner of your screen, and that is the the red bar right there. And above it is your shield, and that's the blue bar. And just like you'd think a shield would do, that protects your health, and it has to be depleted first for your health to take damage. Now, there's a bunch of different types of shields in the game, but also a shield, there's, different elements, different, stats that you can have on it, I guess you can say. It does different stuff. That's pretty much the way to put it. Anyways, you have your shield capacity, which is how big your shield is, and then what you have is your recharge rate and your recharge delay. Your recharge delay is how many seconds it takes for your shield to come back once it's depleted and down to 0. Now you can have skills, you can have relics, and badass points to have, a better recharge delay on your shield. Then you have your recharge rate, which once, the delay's over, that's how fast it recharges. So, like I said, there's many different types of shields. This right here is called an amp shield. Now, the B right here is the strongest shield in the game because it actually makes your gun stronger as well, because it makes it so you have amp damage. Now, most amp shields, except the B, when you shoot it, your first shot has amp damage, but then it also depletes some of your shield. What makes the B so good is you can have all this amp damage per shot, and your shield won't deplete unless you're hit by an enemy. Then, for your next type of shield, you have what's called a turtle shield. Now, early on in the game, look for a turtle shield because it makes your health weaker, but it gives you huge amounts of capacity, and not till later on in the game it actually makes your character move slower. Then you have an absorb shield, and right here the sham is probably the best shield to run around in the game with, fighting huge mobs of enemies, because it absorbs the enemy's bullets, and those bullets that you absorb regenerate the ammo of what that enemy was shooting. So if they're shooting an assault rifle at you, you absorb assault rifle, you regenerate assault rifle ammo. Now, the sham is, other than the B, these are the two best shields in the game, because right now you can see I have an absorb chance of 83%, but you can get one that's 94%. So just imagine running into a huge mob and absorbing 94% of their bullets. You'll be taking barely any damage. Now, it's also really rare since it's legendary, but absorb shields are really good. Next, you have an adaptive shield. This is also a shield you want to look for early on in the game, because it increases your max health, and it also adapts to the element that's being shot at you. So if you're being shot at fire, then it becomes, not immune, but it does resistance against fire attacks. And, if it's shock, resistance against shock, on and on and on. Then you have what's called a booster shield. Now, when you are being hurt by an enemy, it has a chance of dropping shield boosters, which are blue little orbs that drop on the ground that you can pick up, and when you pick them up, it regenerates some of your shield. So you want to look for one that has a booster chance a lot higher than 4.2%. I just bought this one so I can make this video. Next, you have a Nova shield, which is really good on a melee character, because when it's depleted, it releases out a Nova Blast, which, hurts all nearby enemies, but the Nova Blast doesn't come back until your shield is fully recharged. Again, it's for pretty much a melee type character, or if you're playing as Gage, because you can give your shield a death trap. But again, Nova shields are really strong. And then you have a spike shield, which is probably the worst type of shield in the game, because if a melee character comes up and hits you, it just, it puts spikes at them and hurts them, but it doesn't do that much damage. But early on in the game, you can find some that have, good amount of capacity, but that's really all it's used for. It's not that great. And then you have a melee shield, and this is definitely for a melee character like Zero or Krieg, because when your shield is depleted, you do what's called roid damage, and the roid damage adds on to your melee damage, and again, you're putting on a lot amount of damage. So a melee shield is something you want to look for if you're doing a melee Zero or melee Krieg. But yeah, guys, that's all the types of shields in the game, and they have the same rarity as the weapons do, with the white to the Seraphs to the legendaries. But yeah, guys, that's about it. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. I'll, try to answer them. I usually do answer back to all my comments. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching.